Howdy guys, today I'm gonna show you the difference between putters and mid-ranges and why it matters to choose the correct disc as a beginner. So sit back, relax and enjoy. So the first and most obvious difference is the shape of the disc. Not the size, this is pretty similar, but the way the disc rim is built. As you can see here, they have different profiles. While the putter has a much higher profile in general, it also has a larger area in the top part of the disc with this slight curve compared to the lower part of the disc. Have a look at the buzz, which is a mid-range disc. It's much lower in general. Also, the top part is much flatter and the lower part, which is the bigger one, has a different shape in general. And that results in different flight characteristics. So we'll start off with the putters. In this case, I have the AVR by Innova, which is a pretty popular putter. Peter Putter putts pretty popular putters precisely. Let's say the goal back there, it's 40 meters away. Let's compare this to the bus by Discraft. As you can see, with this perfectly wind-still weather today, the flight characteristics were pretty similar. But let us now compare typical beginner throws, which are in general a little slower and a little higher. As you can see in this footage, the putter has more of a straight flight pattern compared to the mid-range, which tends to go more to the left. And this is due to the first number of the flight chart, which is the speed. As you can see here, the putter has a speed of 2, while our mid-range has a speed of 5. That means this disc has the optimal flight characteristic when thrown with a speed of 2 or with a speed of 5, meaning slower, faster. Both were thrown pretty slow. That's why this putter stayed more straight and the mid-range flew more to the left. A nice way to show the tendency of mid-range discs to fade more in the end when you throw the disc slowly is to putt. Now let's say we hammer out a shot as a beginner very fast. Due to this higher speed, the putter directly turns to the right and it stays to the right. In comparison, the mid-range disc stays straight way longer. So we could actually alter some of these flight characteristics, for example, with the putter at high speed. But since this is a more advanced technique, we won't cover it in this video. Hi, editing Flo here. I was actually waiting for some windy days to demonstrate you another flight characteristic that I as a beginner find particularly interesting. And that is if it's really windy and especially when you have to throw against the wind and maybe give the disc a little hyzer so you get a more reliable flight pattern. I find that the putter easily gets distracted by the wind and I'm never able to get a straight shot or land where I aim. But with the mid-range, my hyzer angle actually is kept way better by the disc and therefore I reach the goal much better. But since it isn't windy, I unfortunately can't show you that. So that sums it up. I think for a beginner, definitely start with a putter. I won't change my opinion of my top 15 tips for beginners in disc golf in general. But if you're a little experienced, even as a beginner, get some mid-ranges and try out these different flight curves and flight patterns for yourself. Because at the end, you need to be able to throw both of these discs. And remember, putters, very nice for approach shots and slow distances, slow speeds and near distances. And the mid-range, much better for windy situations and for doing longer shots. And that's it for this video, guys. I hope you learned something new. Subscribe, like, and see you guys next time.